Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan and I'm back with another video. It's been 10 months since my last upload, but in that time I have made this. My Borneo display Paludarium, and in this video I'll talk all about it. Starting with the background. It consists of 3 trees that I made by using chicken wire and PVC pipes to form the shape of them, and then covering all of it in expanding foam. After that I carved the foam before covering it in concrete, and then I painted it using different color pigments. Between the trees I again used expanding foam that I then siliconed hydrolon onto. Hydrolon is a very water retentive fabric that makes it perfect for growing tropical plants on, and especially things like moss and ferns. Now this is a paludarium, which means there is both a land area and a water area. The land area was built by using filter foam for the bulk of it, and then I added a layer of lava rock gravel and topped it off with a thick layer of leaf litter and different mosses. The water area is about 40 liters big and houses about 20 mosquito rasboras and is packed with different botanicals, which is also what gives a tinted color of the water from the tannins that they release. I do have an external filter on this display. It's a Fluval 307 for which I drilled the back of the tank to hook up the tubing for it. To light this whole tank up, I'm using an Arcadia luminized Jungalon in the front and 3 Skylight tiny RH fixtures in the back. I'm also providing the inhabitants in here with a 7% luminized UVB bar as well. I think the luminized stuff are really cool, they are easy to work with, and the fact that I can hook all of the lights together and run them off one single outlet is so good. But the best part is this. Their dimmable function is so cool, and it brings out behaviors in the frogs that I haven't seen before. Also being able to provide a variable UVB output throughout the day is awesome. My only complaint though would be the price. I also have 2 80mm fans on this tank, one blowing air into the tank and one out. This is to increase the air circulation and ventilation to prevent stagnant air, since this is a very humid environment I'm working with. I have them connected to a scheduled smart plug to go on at different times of the day. I also have a fogger that I run for 2 minutes every hour. The misting system I use is a Stockholm Reptile smart misting system that I run 3 times per day for 15 seconds. And talking about misting, I also have this. This is a DIY rain chamber system heavily inspired by Troy Goldberg's. It's basically a small pump that I have in the water area that I hooked up to a misting line that goes up to the top of the tank that I paint holes in. I think it makes for a really cool effect, and it will be an essential tool for breeding the frogs of this paludarium. To measure the humidity and temperature inside, I use this wireless Wi-Fi and Bluetooth sensor from Shelly. It connects to your phone via gateway and logs your data, shows the highs, the lows and the average values within the tank. Now for the plants. The goal is to have in the end only plants from Borneo, but living in Sweden it's very hard to come by those plants, and they're not cheap, and it's gonna take some time. So not all of the plants right now in this tank are from Borneo. I will put a list with the species name in the description down below if you're interested, but most of these plants will eventually be changed out to Bornean plants. The 2 main plants of this tank being the Aeschynanthus species, the lipstick plants. They have these really nice flowers that they get, and I think they're just really cool. They also help a lot with creating that canopy feeling and dense foliage that these frogs like. Talking about frogs, these are the ones that call this paludarium home. These are rhacophorus reinwardtii, or black webbed gliding frogs. These frogs originate from Malaysian part of Borneo and several other parts of Indonesia like Java and Sumatra. They get their name gliding frog from the membranes lining their appendages and body. They use this to escape predators in the wild by jumping and parachuting through the air in the canopy. There's very little information about these frogs. I hope to breed them in the future and bring up their attention in the hobby. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. If you liked it and enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Also follow me on Instagram, that's where I post most regularly. And if you have any questions, just ask them, I'll answer pretty much anything. And I'll see you in the next video.